Hello. Hey, welcome to Taco Potato Mustang. I'm Matt. Today we're going to do another update on the Fox Body Mustang project car. But before we get into that, I want to share some news on a good cause that I'm raising money for. I'm doing a fundraising campaign on GoFundMe for an organization that does work with human rights and education in Bangladesh. If I can figure out how to put a link in the video screen, I'll put the link to the campaign in the screen, or if not, it'll be linked in the description of the video below. So for those of you who don't know me other than from my time doing Mustang and sandwich related videos, you might not know that I've done a fair amount of work overseas in development, education, and human rights. Almost 10 years ago, I actually did a fellowship in rural Bangladesh in a place called Sonargaon, where I worked with a human rights and education organization called the Shabornagram Foundation that's run by a man by the name of Shahed Kays, who I'm now very lucky to call my friend. So this organization, they basically provide primary education to kids up from 1st through 5th grade who from marginalized communities who would normally never have access to education at that age. So unfortunately, in recent times, the organization has had some challenges, and their capacity has been greatly diminished by COVID-19 and some political challenges in country. So we're doing a fundraiser to try to raise a little over $5,000, which will provide funding to make sure that they have support for 15 teachers and school day breakfast and light study materials like notebooks, pens, and other books for approximately 280 children for about 6 months. And basically what we're trying to do is make sure that they have some breathing room while they try to work on securing some longer term sustainable funding. So if you take a look at the link, you can find out more details about my time working there in 2012 and some other campaigns that we worked on with them over the years. And you can see ladies come to join us. And you can see that we're almost halfway to the goal. So if you can afford to make a donation, every little bit helps. The money goes really far. I can personally vouch for Shahed and the organization. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment and I can contact you. But if you go to the link, there's all sorts of reference links to their past work and my past work, and there's pictures. I think there might be a video on there too, but I can share all sorts of stuff. But it's a really good cause, and anything you can donate would be much appreciated. And if you can share with family and friends who might be interested, I would also appreciate that. Thanks for your time. So I wanted to share a few things that I had picked up for the Fox Mustang in my typical. Instead of actually trying to fix a thing, I just order parts and then hope that they're the parts that I need. So I got the new PCV valve piece, and this is the rubber grommet for the PCV, and the screen. Which this would potentially be the piece that is all mucked up and needs to be replaced. We don't know that yet because we haven't actually gotten behind the intake manifold. I need to get some light back there and see if I can figure out which of the PCV pieces needs to be replaced, if any, and maybe try and get one of those leaks sorted out. But it's a little bit late. I don't know. We'll see if I'm able to make some time to even take a look. Okay, so I can just tell you that right now, I think this is the PCV valve, maybe, or something to do with it. And whatever this is, it's like, it was like extremely loose. So I would imagine that's not good. Kind of hard to focus, and there's not a lot of light and space back here. But you can, I mean, I barely touched this, and you can see, I think that's like where what the grommet is supposed to be. Yeah, I mean, definitely something going on. See if we can get this taken out. See if we can get a angle from this side. The grommet, whatever thing, it actually just fell on top of the transmission. I had to knock it over with a extendable magnet and just pick it up off the ground. So now I just got to try and figure out how to see if you can see it. But there's a opening somewhere, and the screen is down there. Let's try and see if we can get it out. It's because the PCV hose is in the way. Of course, still can't see it. It's like the worst place to try and get a camera, but I'll see if I can get like a screwdriver or a magnet or something to pull it out. Here's the old screen. Looks pretty mucked up. I actually saw a video where somebody did, can't hold the camera. Somebody had pulled this out, but they had used, had to shove a screwdriver into the screen. This actually came out pretty easily with a magnet, which leads me to believe that it was pretty loose in there. I don't know if that was just because I pulled on the grommet thing, but I mean, if this isn't at least the source of some leaking oil, then I don't know what is. So these are the instructions for the PCV valve. I need to take a closer look at what's in the car. But it came with this F connector. Not sure what this particular pieces. I assume this goes into the grommet, and then I guess this little cap comes if you use the F connector. It says use elbow if included in package. I do not see an elbow. And this is just one piece. And then I'm gonna take a closer look. I'm guessing I might not need some of these things. I think I might just need this, but I have to look. I have to take a closer look. Okay, so I believe this is the assembly. So you put the screen in first, then I have the PCV valve in the grommet, and then I'll put that in and then connect the hose to the top of the PCV valve. Hopefully that's the right assembly because I can't get this out of the grommet right now. But based on looking at what was going on with my car, it didn't even seem like it had a PCV valve. It looks like, I don't know if it fell out recently or what the deal is, but I only have the grommet and the screen. I didn't see the valve itself anywhere, so we'll see if this helps the car run a little bit better and also leak less oil. And also I'm going to try and look in the where the valve PCV valve goes and see if there's any junk or anything clogging it up. We'll see. Okay, actually, so it looks like I was incorrect. You can see, I think this, where my finger is touching, is the old PCV valve. I need to see if I can pull that off the hose, but it definitely was not even like stuck in the grommet when I first started poking around back there. Okay, so here is the old PCV valve. Seems to function. I mean, like it moves the same way the new one does, and I think the part number is the same. Yeah, it's a Motorcraft as well. So it doesn't look like it's in too bad a shape, but I don't know if you can see. It does look a little like there's some gunk in there, and see if we can get the new one in and see if it makes a difference. Progress. Okay, I think you can see okay, so right there is to the left side is the new grommet. You can kind of see part of the screen in there. Okay. So this hose right here, my camera will not focus on. You can see that's the hose is back on the PCV valve, and it seems to be on there pretty tight, and the grommet seems to be on there pretty tight, which I'd read like mixed things. A few people said that it was loose, a few people said it was tight, and also I was looking at a blog. There's a guy, I have to look up his name, somebody who has a Fox Body blog that did a little tutorial installation, and it seemed like, here, I'll show you. In his kit, when he had bought the PCV valve, it seemed like this piece, the double elbow, whatever you want to call it, was on the PCV valve, and he had to remove it. But in my kit, it just came separate, so I don't think there's any use for that, at least not right now. But it seems like it's if it's okay. It's kind of late, so I'm not gonna start the car, but I'll do it tomorrow and then try and do some testing, see if can figure out if it did anything to help reduce the amount of oil that's leaking. So yeah. Okay, it's the next day, and I'm going to start the car up and check and see if we can see any obvious difference in the amount of oil leaking, or a reduction, ideally. We'll see. Of course, the accessory or power steering or whatever is just like the most obnoxious whine ever. Maybe someday I'll be able to get that fixed. And of course I decided to do this at night, so I can't even really like record from in the car, but whatever. I'm gonna take it for a drive and then check underneath the car and check the oil. See if our PCV valve solution helped at all. Car feels pretty good. Felt about the same as the last time I drove it before I changed the PCV valve. I can still smell some exhaust, so I definitely need to address the exhaust leak still, but it feels good to drive it after not driving it for, I don't know, maybe a week. Let's check underneath the car. I guess it was too much to expect that just changing the PCV valve and screen would solve my oil leak issues. It looks like it's dripping pretty heavy. I'm going to have to get underneath the car at some point and do more troubleshooting. I mean, I guess it's possible that it's the oil pan gasket. I mean, I'm sure there's other things that I can't remember or can't think of at the moment, but I mean, what can you do? We'll have to start poking around a little bit more and try to get the car up as high as possible and see what else we can figure out when we clean things up. The saga continues. Okay, so I guess the next thing I need to do, just so I can accomplish something, is to get the car up and try and tighten up the hardware between the X pipe and the catback, so I can hopefully get at least the exhaust leak sorted. And then at some point I need to get the car up and trying to figure out what's going on with these leaks. I haven't done anything the last couple of days since I filmed the first part of this video. But hopefully this is helpful for somebody. It was helpful for me because I learned a little bit about something behind the intake manifold, even if it didn't fix the problem. But thanks for watching, and thanks for listening to my spiel about the fundraiser for the Human Rights Organization in Bangladesh. Again, you can find more information in the link, the GoFundMe campaign link. And if you have questions, feel free to comment in the video. I'll get back to you. So thanks in advance for anybody who donates and shares information on the campaign. Hope you're staying healthy. Hope you're staying safe. Peace out.